And good morning once again, everybody. Welcome to another Jedi Academy. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Welcome to, I don't know what show or number this is at the Jedi Academy. It's a plethora of Jedi Academy we have done over the period of time that we've been doing it. 77, we're on 77. God, dog, we've done 77 of these. And that's not even counting the ones for Smithy. Jeez, it's a lot. It's a whole lot of them. But if you're new to the show and are wondering what is the Jedi Academy, well, that's where we bring the best and the brightest of YouTubers and game changers together, and then we sprinkle in a little bit of madness that is known as the Reality Skewed Gamers. Glad to have everybody here. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Hope you got your coffee, your croissant, your donuts, your breakfast cereals, whatever it is that you may be partaking in. And let's do this. And now the way it works is we got our awesome panel, and they're going to answer all the questions that you guys sent to us. And the way it works is if you have a question, you put it in chat. Make sure you put the word question in front of it. It just helps us in scooping up the questions. So that way we can, because of the software we use, it just makes it easier for us to do that. So if you want to make sure your question gets answered, make sure you put question in front of the statement. That being said, Dr. Finn will scoop it up and we will get it to our awesome panel. Dr. Finn, how are you this morning?
I am tired.
Oh.
But I went to the gym this morning.
Yes.
As we were training for the half marathon, and then I came back, ate a quiche Lorraine, and then I'm here.
Yeah, I've lost 12 pounds, probably more. I haven't weighed myself this morning. Damn marathon, Finn, you did this to me.
Half marathon.
Half marathon. Let's just call it the HM.
Okay.
Okay. The things we do to ourselves. And let's introduce the panel of people we have. Of course, we'll start from the man with the plan, the Confucius of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the one and only Warrior Presents.
Oh, hello.
No, you don't do that. No, oh God. Oh, jeez.
Why you Mongolians are we gotta be breaking down my kitty wall?
Oh, what's up, you guys?
Damn, Mongolian George messing with Warriors questions. Also join us, we have the lovely Jedi Master of all Jedi Masters, Jedi Master Dastra.
Good morning.
Good morning. Also joining us is from across the pond, giving us a little bit of international flavor, of course, as always. Mike Hunt is here.
Dzień dobry.
What the hell is that?
That's hello.
I think that's a cheese.
Yeah.
That was a bit of Polish.
Oh. Well, we don't speak French here, Mike, so don't do that.
I'll still go with cheese.
Yeah, it sounded like a cheese, some kind of cheese flavor to me.
I heard brie. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
I heard you say brie.
Yeah, I heard gentle. So gentle brie. So it's a soft cheese, Finn.
I can go.
Have you tried Cambonzola? Oh, love Cambonzola.
Also join us, serving our great United States Army, currently in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the one and only King Felix.
Good morning. And Mike, we talk American here.
Yeah,
keep that French out of here.
It's America.
Quick question. What color is the French flag? It's all white because all they do is surrender.
That's awful. Stop it.
There's a white cross.
Listen, let's not
background.
start international wars today.
Yeah, let's apologize to all Asians and Europeans for the start of this stream.
I didn't insult no Europeans. I just insulted the French.
I know we're quoting South Park, but yeah, let's not do this. I love South Park. It's so amazing. So go ahead and get your question in. Dr. Finn is scooping them up. I'm sure T-Money has a valid reason why she's not here today.
She said she's going to just be running a little late. So
yeah, she seems to do that a lot. It's called I don't want to get up early. And she hasn't had her coffee yet.
She has to go farm the maple syrup. She didn't have it for her pancakes, so she had to go get the maple syrup.
Oh my God, I could just actually see that. T-Money in a flower dress running around. La 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 la. Oh, hello there, fellow tree, eh? How about some of that delicious maple syrup?
I think she said something about she's got to lower the bucket down the hole, the well. It rubs the maple syrup on its back, or
Oh, jeez. I'm sure we'll have some other people show up. So, for right now, we've got our panel. Get your questions in. So, a lot of good stuff's been happening here in Star Wars Galaxy Hero Land, folks. We got it announced that the mighty Chewbacca is coming into the game. Everybody excited? Not excited? How's everybody feeling?
I'm very excited.
Yes, I think a lot of people are excited.
It has been a long time coming.
With Chewbacca coming in, it can only mean one thing about the ship, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think we should be getting a new ship as well. That would be pretty cool.
Falcon.
I hope it's a legendary ship.
Go ahead, lady. Dasher?
I said I like the. I've seen some people talking about. Oh, this might mean Jedi Luke is coming.
It kind of, sort of does.
Like any excuse, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I stopped doing that a long time ago because it's like it'll come when it comes. You know, it just I'm not gonna. It's like Revan. You know, we can speculate and stuff like that, but it's like
Hey, I was speculating about it on Wednesday, and the timing, and again, it's pure speculation, but the timing just seems perfect. Because if it's released like at the end of this month, right? The Legendaries release, they come back every 3 to 4 months. In 3 months, it'll hit December, which is the end of their quarter, and right around like Christmas time and everything. What better gift is there than the return of the Chewie Legendary and then the addition of the next Luke journey?
Hell yeah.
It seems to all be kind of fitting together. Again, speculation to what Jedi Master Adastra was saying, but the timing just seems so perfect with all of this.
Which is cool because then that gives everybody more time to farm solo characters and the KOTOR characters if they're going to be needed for future endeavors of said legendary events coming up or higher. So that'd be really cool. There's just been a lot of good stuff. I gotta say, CG's been knocking it out of the park lately. You know, I mean, I'm well known, as everybody in this channel know. If you don't, go back and listen. I'm known for tearing CG a new ass when they mess up, and I'm also gotta give them props when props is due. They've been really doing a lot of good stuff lately. I can't, you know, they're doing it right. I can't say enough about that, you know. Oh, goodness. Anything else this week that anybody else wants to mention before we start, while the questions are coming in and we start getting into questions that kind of struck somebody as something they want to talk about real quick on the panel?
There is something that we didn't mention on our Wednesday stream that I figured might be worth mentioning.
What's that?
I don't know how many people follow Carrie on Twitter. But Carrie has a Twitter page, and she is currently traveling abroad. Interestingly enough, one of the things she's doing is shadowing customer support agents that take calls for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I don't know how many of you guys have like written tickets or something like that. There always seems to be a disconnect between what they know about the game and what's actually going on in the game. So I think in terms of what you were just saying, Ranger, about them kind of just doing everything right, I think it's I love the fact that they're checking to see how the customer support deals with it and kind of troubleshooting that. So I do want to give them credit for that, because that's one of the issues that a lot of people sometimes have, which is that they get these responses that don't seem to make any sense.
What was the best one? Was somebody went to farm the Bosk node, I think it was, and got Ewok Scout? Wasn't that
yeah,
Bosk node
during the first release? Yep.
You can get any character shards from a node. It's all random.
That's so true. I forgot about that. Oh, things will happen. I mean, there are some bugs, but they did announce the bugs that they know about, like the territory war join button, stuff like that, and they're working on it. Sometimes, you know, with bugs, man, sometimes you can fix them right away, and sometimes you're just kind of scratching your head and like you have to do a deep dive into that stuff. It's just not fun. Anybody else? Anything they want to mention?
I'm surprised no one mentioned Jango yet.
Jango Fett came in, yes. Now, we've given our opinion on that, so we can throw this out to the panel. What do you guys think of Jango Fett? Well, you brought up Lady Adastra. What do you think?
I think it's pretty awesome. He has a lot of potential for some killer offensive squads there. Like, just good lord. And then the fact that all scoundrels can benefit. So you can do a mix of bounty hunters and scoundrels under his lead.
Oh, yes. You know, Warrior, we were talking before the show about him, and, you know, Warrior brought up, before I can even say it, he's so fast, Finn. But Jango Fett, he is a be-all, end-all, or be-all, go in all the way or not kind of character. But if you do, you know, I was playing around with him with Passier on his show, and he's disgusting. When you get him maxed out, he is flat out disgusting. And the team, we were just running 4 bounty hunters and Ness, just destroying teams. We tested him against a bunch of teams, including the Trey team, and Trey was not a problem. The only team that seemed to come up was that we kind of struggled, you know, and that's just because their Ness was faster than ours. That was it. Was the same team, but we did against First Order, we did against Treya, we just went through all the team, a bunch of the teams, and it was like, it was game on. So Warrior, you know, the great point about, you know, him being disgusting, but you do have to go in all the way with him.
Yeah, he's probably the squishiest character they've brought out in 18 months. I don't know of another character. He's even squishier than Rex at the same stat level, which is ridiculous because Rex was like, you know, super fragile. I mean, he is really, really fragile. But if you go all in on him and you max him out and you mod him right, with the right team, he can get his payout before the other team takes a single turn. And that instantly makes you win because once they have all their payouts, it's just ridiculous, the amount of calls to assist and the amount of damage and everything that's going down. So yeah, it's you can chew through anything very quickly, 60 seconds or less with him as the lead if you have it built right. But defensively, it doesn't quite play the same. You can lose if you don't play against them right, but if you have a trail lead, you can kind of, you know, manipulate it and manhandle it the way you need to and win, you know, pretty handedly. So yeah, pretty cool character.
Thing I'm buzzing about is, did anyone else see the Kira lead Hat Solo squad?
No, talk about it.
So Kira lead, not even zeted yet. Kira lead, Young Han Solo, CLS, BB-8, and Thrawn. And let me give a shout out to who it was. It was. Oh, where did I put it? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Am I? Sorry, it was done by. I'll have to click the link. Okay, click the link. It was done by.
Yes.
Force SWGOH. It's called Kiradmal Solo, full hat clear on a Kira lead, and that was like I'm like, ooh, that's something to try. Might tweak it a little bit, switch out Thrawn for Hermit Yoda or something.
All right. So the questions are coming in. Go ahead and get those questions in. And
Before we start with the questions on the list, Ranger, I wanted to ask a question kind of everyone here, because this is one that a lot of people are asking, particularly because of the bonus drops, right? So they're not guaranteed drops. They kind of drop at almost the same rate as you would the regular shards from the hard node. But you can get Embo and Aura Sing if you do the 8th stage and 9th stage. So just curious, if we want to go kind of around the horn here, how are you guys farming those? Are you going out of your way to farm them? Are you continuing to farm what you normally do and just getting extra shard shop currency? How are you guys trying to make best use of these bonus drops? If you want to start with Warrior and then go around the corner.
Sure. Warrior has everything, so we'll go to the next person.
Yeah, I'm not got a way to farm them. I know, right? Shut your mouth. I'm not going out of my way to farm anybody. I mean, I don't have anyone in level 8 or 9 that I'm farming. Surprisingly, all the ones I'm farming are on lower level nodes,
Right.
2, 3, which is weird. I guess I was just there. The irony of them putting some of the recent characters on lower nodes to help us out. So I'm not going to go farm unnecessary characters to get a couple of shards on a pay-to-play character that I don't have access to. I mean, if I thought I could get 180 shards in the weekend, then maybe, but that's not happening. So, in fact, the nodes I did farm had bonus character IG88 on the level 3, and I farmed like I do normally, and I got 0 bonus. So, and it was glowing and showed bonus. So, and I didn't get anything. So it's just that's my luck. So I'm not going to go out of my way to waste crystals on no luck kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? What about you, Jedi, Lady of Dash?
I've got.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I've got 11 aura shards so far. It didn't kick in till midnight here, and what I did was I just preloaded the energy. So I had about 900 energy, and I've done about 900 energy so far over there. And I've dropped 11. My aura's in a woeful state at the moment. She was, before I started this, 0 of 65, so she's 4-star. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. She's the only one of those that I need.
All right, Lydia Dasher.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with what I've been farming because it's not worth it to me to chance at a 20, the 20 energy for characters I already have at a hopeful shot at a bonus shard. I'd rather just stay on the path of what I'm farming right now. That's a needed one. And I'll wait until they have their actual nodes to farm them. So, but I thought it's a cool idea for people that, you can stock up on the energy beforehand and try to go for it. But it's just those drop rates are so bad that I just I'm just gonna stick with my farming plan here. Get some bonus shard currency, it's like, that's fine.
King Felix.
Same with me. I'm staying on target, as has been preached for the last 2 years. And I'm just taking what I get from, because like Warrior, I have nothing on 8 or 9 to farm. I checked like twice because I didn't think it was possible, but lo and behold, everything's on like 6 and lower right now. So I'm just taking the extra shards, put them in the shard shop, and if for some reason I have leftover currency at the end of the day, like I might do like 2 battles and try and get 1 shard just for kicks, but I'm not focused on it.
All right. So keep those questions coming in, guys. They're coming in hot and heavy, so we're going to go ahead and start. Warrior, we'll start with you. JLY9 has a question. And his question says, I'm about to unlock Traya and have 1 Zeta to give. Should I Zeta her lead or special first? I'm currently running Emperor Palpatine, Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and Vader, or Sith Trooper as my 5th in Arena.
So super safe to always do uniques first, especially if you already have a lead that you're happy with, and that lead is really good against other Traya leads anyway. So I would stick to what you have and just do her unique for now. Obviously, down the road, you'll eventually want to do her lead to provide yourself more breadth of capability with another leader, Sith leader. But for now, I would stick with the unique. That's my opinion.
All right. There you go. Next question, we'll go to Lady Adastra. And this is from Israfelks Gaming. Interesting name. I like it. Question. Since HY is reusable in the raids, Hermit Yoda, what do you think about using a Night Sister team with Zombie? Hermit Yoda Zeta on Master Training, it resets cooldowns. If I put it on Zombie, at least you could spam it. If you put on Zombie Lash, you could spam it calling all. So what do you think on the Night Sister team? Well, it's saying this Heroic Yoda reusable in the raids, and then it's asking probably about the Night Sisters with the Hermit Yoda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't have a full Night Sister team, then sure, but he's not better than having a Night Sister in there. I kind of had fun and messed around with it because I had to, and it's really not as good as you would think, you know, because all those Night Sisters have this synergy with each other, and it's kind of hard to replace any of them because they all bring something to the table. So no, don't replace this Night Sister with him. If you have them all, I'm assuming you have them all from the sounds of it. Yeah, it's fun that you can reuse him, but you don't have to keep reusing him, you know, if you have a better squad to field, I mean. So he's good, you know, to help elevate certain squads, but the Night Sisters are already so good. You don't need to replace one with him.
I agree. All right. Next question will go to Mike. This is from Sith Gorilla. Question: even though CG's post states any bounty hunters can be used to unlock new Chewie, is there a chance either Jango or Embo could be required to 7-star him?
I would say there is every chance that, yes, a wall will be placed in our path to 7-star him. If they do, I would hope that they would do it like they did with old Ben, that basically you just need to have him, you know, rather than have him highly geared and modded and everything. But yeah, I could quite easily see like that Bosk would be required to make an appearance to 7-star.
See, I don't think they're going to do that. I think you just need 5 bounty hunters, 7-star. I think, like any legendary, the 5th star and 6th star that you get in for the battles will be easy. I think the 7th one will be hard, so it's not going to be a matter of you have bounty hunters. It's going to be a gear check and Zeta check and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to need really 5 really solid bounty hunters. If you would like to see what happens when you try to do a legendary with weak characters, please go watch the 6 hours of Ranger drinking and losing his mind trying to get Thrawn when it first came out.
Best stream ever.
Of course, with Thrawn, it was NE5 Phoenix, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you didn't have to have
Legendary and Hero's Journey.
Yeah.
Hero's Journey is a star count check, and Legendary is a gear check.
Yes.
Legendaries are factions, and Hero's Journeys are specific 5 characters.
Yeah, it's. I've just realised, of course, it's the fact that I haven't done a legendary in so long that I'd actually forgotten. Yeah.
The plus side with the bounty hunters one, they all have leads, so you can use whichever bounty hunter leader is your best what you have available.
Well, we were kind of speculating you're going to need at least gear 9 on these guys, the 5 that you run, to have a pretty decent shot at beating this. We think it's going to be a little bit harder than past legendaries simply because we've had these characters forever, and that's what they're kind of basing it on, that we do have 5 bounty hunters because we've had 5 bounty hunters for a while. And so the gear check is going to be a little bit higher, at least gear 9, probably 10 on these bounty hunters to get the 7-star Chewie. Could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you can auto it with Bosk.
Yeah, but that's if you have a 7-star boss, not everybody does. You know, so those that don't. But Boba Fett lead itself is really good. So
I was going to say, think also about running a Zam lead, because the Zam lead is an Omega ability, and it gives health and protection back. So depending on the number of waves, I mean, what do we have on that? Are they 8 waves?
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
I think typically it was 3 waves. It was, legendaries have been 3 waves, and then the third one was the final encounter with whatever, you know.
The final encounter! Sorry, every time I see final encounter in the game, I sing that to myself out loud just like that. And I don't know why. I can't help it. It's uncontrollable.
Well, you're a product of the 80s, and you love Europe. There's nothing wrong with that, Warrior. Just who you are. All right, next question. We'll go to King Felix. This is from MoMA, not in last. Is there a point where an Arena Zeta should simply be skipped? I'm running Zeta Palpatine lead, Zeta Nihilus, Zeta Scion, Thrawn, and Vader. I would love to replace Vader at some point, but that is a long way off. Is Vader worth Zetaing at this stage? I would love to Zeta other characters, RJT, BB-8, Veer's Boss, but I know Arena should be priority. Zetas create such stress.
So, I would say Vader at this stage is not worth Zetaing, which is sad because I have a double Zeta Vader.
Yeah,
but Arena needs to be first, but if you're placing relatively well with your team and your guild needs help in territory wars, territory battles, and if you don't have Traya yet, you do need JTR to make sure you guys can do the heroic Sith raid. So once you get Traya, Vader is even more obsolete than he already is now. So I would focus on getting your heroic Sith teams prepared, which you need at least Rey's lead Zeta to her. Well, I can't remember which unique it is.
It's her leader.
It's the one that gives her.
It's her leader.
Well, no, but the one it
was BB-8 unique.
Yeah,
but her leader you need definitely with BB-8.
Yes,
and those are two characters you mentioned.
Sure. Yeah. So I would say focus on your heroic Sith raid teams, because once you get Traya, and if you already have the other two you're using, so you just slide her into Vader's spot, and the whole world will open up to you in a whole new way.
A whole new world.
I thought that at the exact time too.
I know. Say.
Sorry, I've been watching too many Disney movies with my 3-year-old, so forgive me.
Be our guest. Be our guest. I'm sorry. All right.
We've been watching Lion King, but yeah.
Oh yeah, the great one. All right, back to the top to Warrior. Next question from Dell Wright. Question: is it important to farm the solo tunes since Chewie will be unlocked with bounty hunters now?
I don't know if the solo tunes have a place or not anymore. I was pretty determined they were, because they made them so free to play farmable, gave them a huge pack, blah, blah, blah. And in the past, that always meant that they were going to be used for something. So I thought, yeah, definitely. Now that we've got to use them for a superficial event, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's going to still be needed and maybe not. I mean, I'd like to think there's more to that story, but not sure.
Yeah, I am completely. We saw Chewie coming. We did say that. But do you still think that maybe down the line they could still do another legendary or some kind of event besides the smuggler one? Because that would really suck, Warrior. If all the with the new smuggling tag and with the solo characters, that it's just for that new event.
Yeah, the smuggler event, I mean, while it's cool, it's like cool. A new, unique, different kind of event. If that's the sole purpose of those characters, I would be personally super disappointed, because, Phoenix and Solo have so many parallels, it's not even funny. And the teams have a lot of parallels and the unique team synergies and things like that. So, needing Thrawn legendary character from those characters made sense. And traditionally they want to bring something out pretty quickly, so that way, a percentage of players don't acquire the tune at the first to run. So that way there's something for them to shoot for the next, 4 to 6 months down the road, but that they have them maybe unlocked at 5-star or whatever. And then all of a sudden it was Chewie with the need of bounty hunters. And so it's like, okay. That was like totally out of, left field for me as well. And I don't think anybody predicted that, which may be why they did it. I don't know. But I'd like to think Han Solo tunes are going to have a better purpose other than just being actual solid additions to the game. I know a lot of people say that they're stupid, but L3 is arguably one of the better top 5 tanks in the game with the right team comps. I mean, amazing tank. Young Han Solo can literally solo. He's pretty amazing in the raids, so that's awesome. Kira is an amazing lead. She's definitely worth it, even without Zeta. Nest is arguably the top 3 best character ever introduced this year. Scion, her, and maybe Jango Fett are the top 3 this year. So, like, a lot good has come out of that. So I don't want to be like a total naysayer, but I'd like to think the characters are going to be required for something bigger than just a kind of silly smuggler event, which is fun, but not what you farm a bunch of characters really, really fast for.
Well said. All right, next question. We'll go to Lady Adastra. This is from Don Carlo. Question: IG-88 or Zam for my 5th bounty hunter?
I wish there was more context to that.
Well, you get 1 spot for a bounty hunter, and it's either Zam or IG-88.
I did try and ask if he's in the chat, if you want to let us know what the other 4 are. I did try and figure out what the other 4 were, so you knew what he's asking the 5th for. So he's in the chat. So hopefully
talking about the 5th one for this event, if he's trying to get someone up quickly for the event, Zam would be more elusive and last longer than IG-88's the glassiest glass cannon in the game. But do them both for long term, because there will be a droid meta in the future. I guarantee it. Grievous is coming, and IG-88 will make more sense than Zam. But right now, Zam will make more sense for bounty hunters in the PvE and PvP context that you're going to go against.
But for, if you have to pick 5... I mean,
you served my question, man.
To be fair, you said you couldn't answer it, so I'm just giving a solid answer. That's all.
I'll give you another one here, Lydia Dash. Let's see. Not my real name.
Hey, Warrior, that's your final warning.
Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, let's see. Let me get some more coffee in me here. Okay.
Where's money to talk like a pirate? When you
no pirate today. No. All right, Lady Dasha. Not my real name, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Okay. Question: does damage immunity on Jango prevent annihilate or IPD boom?
Oh, that's a good question. I was actually just talking to someone about that the other day, and I'm thinking it wouldn't stop the end because it's not a damage dealing. It just instantly kills someone. It's only against raid bosses it does damage because you can't instantly kill a raid boss. So I don't think it would stop him at all. The Pro Droid, I think it could, because that's a set amount of damage. It doesn't have the instant kill like the End does. You can sometimes not kill a very tanky character. It'll do the 999. So I think it would stop that, which would be funny too. You can't send a Pro Droid to kill the bounty hunter.
And they're still alive. What the hell? Let's see. Well, I think Don Carlos said the other 4 are Boba, Greedo, Cad Bane, and Bosk. Boba, Greedo, Cad Bane, and Bosk. IG-88 or Zam on that team. Well,
Zam.
Boba Lee probably want Zam, right? Because no, I think that's
you could do either one, honestly. I mean, Egg is a little squishier, but he's very powerful, and to get that AOE and everything.
He's exposed now or something. I don't know.
But for defense purposes, Zam would be better, I think. Offensively, you could get away with Egg pretty good there. Zam would be better, I think, between the two, for the reasons Warrior stated.
Yes, Mike, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, I'm a Zam fan. I've always loved Zam.
That's Urban Blaster's favorite character.
Yeah, she's brilliant. I actually did the Wampa challenge today under her lead.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
That was pretty cool. Couldn't replicate it, so it was obviously RNG favoured me on the first run, but it's great. And as I say, it's a relatively easy contract to complete, and that's what he's said. I mean, Greedo thermals, and CAD does thermals, and every time they do a special, they put a thermal onto the target. So yeah, it's a very quick, easy way to, and it keeps them. I think it's a very similar one to the Bosk lead, with the healing and the protection as well. It just gives them a bit more resilience.
All right. Next question will go to you, Mike. This is from Decepticons. Question: with the Chewie event on its way, do you think they'll have some kind of impossible taunt that you will need Jango to overcome? Mikey?
Yeah. No. Oh.
They do like to throw curveballs in there.
They do, don't they? I'm going to hope no. That's my best answer, I think, there. Just... yeah. No, that would just be cruel, wouldn't it? Because that means that we'd have to...
He's definitely going to have something crazy, though, I bet.
Yeah. I still think it'll be the furball insta-kill that he does.
All right. Next question will go to Felix. And this is from Don Carlo. Question: where can I find the details on how to get preparation on each of the solo characters? And is there a specific order to play them to ensure a whole team gets prep at once?
Well, you can read their abilities and find out where when they get prepared. I actually haven't played around with them all too much, other than like L3, I think. But you can read their abilities. I'm also sure you can find guides on YouTube if you type in Prepared Squad, SWGOH, something like that. I don't know if Warriors put out a video specifically for them. But most of the time, if you just read their abilities, like it'll tell you when they get prepared, when they use prepared, what extra happens if they are prepared, things of that nature.
Urzatron, Urzatron, Urzatron. He's the only one that's created a prepared guide. I actually watched it myself, and it's very, very solid. He explains the way to utilize prepared to maximize damage, to maximize effect, to unlock abilities as quickly as possible, why certain characters should use prepared abilities when and whatnot. It's super awesome. It's actually so good I don't find a need to make one because his is awesome. So Urzatron on YouTube. And actually he's a fellow game changer, and he's also a fellow Coloradoan, so pretty cool.
Well, I'm just going to credit him just for those two statements there, Warrior. And by that, I mean Colorado thing. Who would want to listen to anybody from Colorado? I don't get it. Let's see here. Back to the top. Mike, why are you putting questions in the Jedi Academy?
It wasn't me. Somebody's hacked my account.
I don't think Sorry Daughter does that because she does not care about this game.
This is true.
You really don't know the best squad in territory wars for L3?
We mentioned it earlier. I just thought it might be something of interest.
Warrior, get him. What is the best squad in territory wars for L3?
Defense.
No.
Well,
Warrior.
It's not the best squad. In fact, over the last 4 territory wars, we've built 4 differing comps, and all 4 comps did really, really well. But bottom line, you use them with scoundrels. You can use them in a scoundrel hybrid. There's actually some new scoundrels with Mission and Zalbar, but a lot of people don't have those characters. So again, what we do in Team Instinct isn't necessarily applicable to 99% of the player base listening. So, a solo team is probably the best for people that are out there that are, the basic player base that's trying to just build a squad around her. But yeah, I mean, she's just a really, really good, super annoying tank, and pair her if you really want to annoy people with Vandor Chewbacca, and then just a couple damage dealers with Kira, and you could use even regular Han Solo in that team, and with the new Chewie, you could use the new Chewie in that team, and that would be stupid, because you've got Chewie and Han. Unless you'll have two tanks and then a lead for the whole thing. So pretty awesome.
There you go. All right. Question for Warrior from Mythos. From Ski Trooper. Question. I got L3 to Gear 12 and Zeta for the JTR Droid Defense Team in Territory Wars. With JTR being less used on D, what is a good use for my shiny L3 besides her awesome ship?
Didn't I kind of just answer this? I don't know. I guess it's a different question, but
it's stated for the JTR Droid Defense Team in Territory Wars, so
right.
It was a little bit more specific team oriented.
But he said he doesn't want to talk about that team. He wants to talk about a differing team, correct?
Let's see.
Yeah, he's just looking for another team. Unless you think that the JTR team is viable. Do you think it's viable at all?
I think the JTR team is as solid as they come. If you've got JTR properly modded with 4 droids, properly modded, and you have a Zeta on BB-8 and you have L3, it is not a walk in the park. In fact, you have to have meta to beat it. You really do. It forces your opponent's hand at using something they possibly put on defense. And if they don't have it for offense, then that's the thing about Territory Wars is you have to make decisions, right? Are you going to put something on defense and make it really hard for them and reduce the points that they earn? Or are you going to cheese on defense and use that amazing team on offense to ensure you get a more solid, 20-point victory? That's always been the question that everybody goes with. And I can tell you, Bravo Team Instincts had 1 loss in the history of the game. The ties at the very beginning don't matter. And our strategy always has been defense, 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 and evolving defense. And it is, in my opinion, been the better solution. And for anyone saying that it's because we have a higher GP, there's now a team with a higher GP. So it's not even about GP. It's about team comp, team structure. So, definitely, in my opinion, defense is always better. And that team, if built right, with 2 taunting characters and 4 droids with GTR. I mean, Illuminated Destiny goes off in 3 turns, and everyone's so fast that it's devastating for anyone that's going against it with a less than optimal team. And the BB-8 Zeta is the surprise in that team. If you don't have it, it's easier to beat. If you do have it, all of a sudden people don't realize it. They don't pay attention to BB-8. They don't care. They know everyone has roll with the punches. So if they see the little Zeta marker on BB-8, they don't care. They don't look. And so they go in, and then all of a sudden they're getting hung up, and they're like, what? And all of a sudden Illuminated Destiny's going off, and L3's, just by this time is full protection again. And I've gone against it. I made the same mistake, and I totally got smoked, and I left the team primed because I couldn't retreat fast enough. Once it popped, it was just over. So definitely a great, solid team. But the Kira lead with, Nest and or Vandor and L3 and stuff, that hybrid combination is a phenomenal defensive team that really forces meta as well.
There you go. All right, next question, Lady Dasher from Mythos. Question: can you do a quick 1-minute prepared mechanism explanation, how it works and how they get it and when to use it?
I'm the wrong person for that.
All right.
Unfortunately, I'm still barely gearing them up. I've been focusing on bounty hunters first, so I haven't really gotten to play with the prep squads yet. So I would have a very
just go to Urzatron's video. I think we've said the.
I've got like a 10-second spiel on it if somebody just wants a quick second
Do it.
saying sorry, Adastra.
No, go ahead.
Think of prepared as a token. You can either use it or keep it. If you keep the token, you get extra benefits. If you use the token, you get extra benefits. You have to decide whether you want to spend it because it's going to give you that result in that moment, or whether you want to keep it. For example, Vandor Chewbacca, if he uses his prepared, he revives an ally. But if he keeps it, he does bonus damage when using his special. That's ridiculous amount of damage. So you can either make him a reviver. If you're trying for the durability on Territory Wars defense and you're trying to keep your team alive, you'd want to keep prepared on his head. With offensively, though, things are going well, you would use it. So just think about it as a token. You either use it or keep it. If you keep it, you gain benefits. If you use it, you gain benefits. You just have to read their kit to see when you spend or when you keep what happens, and then you'll know.
There you go. Perfect. All right.
Nice.
All right.
Just one other thing of note there for everyone. Every character has a different way of acquiring that token, like Warrior said. So there's not just like one standard way. Every character, you have to look to see what it is, right? L3 gains it if you don't deal damage. I think Vandor Chewie gets it once he recovers his like max protection using one of his like unique abilities. Everyone has something different, so there's not like a standard way of saying if you always do X, then everyone is going to get protection. So you have to kind of read the character abilities too.
Either that or Zeta, young Lando, because he's the only one that can.
He can pass it.
Yeah, and with the Zeta, he's pretty much.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to earn it before he can pass it. Whereas young Lando can pass it immediately to whoever you want it to on his turn if he's got it, and with the Zeta, he's practically guaranteed to get it, isn't he? Hasn't he got 50% 5 times to get it or something under the Zeta? 50% chance.
All right. Let's try this one, Lady Adastra. Question from Ouchie Dumpling. Hey, Ouchie. I thought the highest damage P1 Heroic Sith team with Rey, RT, Scavray, BB-8, and Visas, but Adastra said I should do R2. I'm confused. Also, thanks Adastra for helping my guild do Heroic Sith raid yesterday.
Hey, Ouchie. I love that I get this question now.
That's right, because it's talking about you. You confused Ouchie Dumpling. Now help her out here.
That's funny. So technically the highest one is a pure resistance squad, just so you know. But Visas just makes it way easier and less RNG dependent. Now the reason I prefer R2 over Rey, for me personally, I can get way more consistent high damage runs. Like I can normally get 5 mil runs, no problem. And the reason with R2 is kind of a few things. Like the opening move is really nice. When he does the burn, you can get a mass expose right away. And that just sets up your run from the start. And then he can help get BB-8 to illuminate Destiny quicker. And then he has his stat sharing to kind of increase the stats of all the resistance. Only Visas doesn't benefit there. But the others, it helps to, RT especially. You want him hitting as hard as possible. That guy is a monster. Between him and Visas, that's how you get your insane damage going. And then also the Foresight can come in handy at times, like before Drain Force occurs, you can kind of help to control his Annihilate cooldown a little bit. While Visas is tanking everything. And then for Enrage, that's what I really like too. Like my sequence, I'll usually put the Foresight on Visas so she can then revive someone that dies. You have the Unbreakable Will on somebody, and then you have the Foresight on her. So then she's protected to get the revive for whatever ally ends up dying at Enrage, and then you can get a good amount more damage post-Enrage. So it's not that Scavenger Ray is bad. I mean, I've seen high damage runs with her too, with Visas. It's just I feel like R2 you can get more consistent high damage ones. So try it next time, Ouchie. You'll see the difference, I hope.
There you go, Ouchie. All right, next question to Mike. This is from Widow X. Question: Thermal D team. What would be the best? Full bounty hunters or mix? And what would be the best? And what would the best squad be?
Thermal detonator. Okay, so I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm quite a fan of Zam.
No, you hadn't mentioned that before.
Okay, cool.
Well, I wasn't sure. I was on the fence about that.
So, I mean, yeah, you want Zam and Greedo immediately. Both of those deploy AoE thermal detonators. If you run the Zam lead, anytime someone does a special, they're going to deploy a thermal detonator. If you can get Bosk in there as well, when he does his group attack, that is awesome, because Zam tends to be the last one to go, detonates the thermal D, and your contract's filled pretty quick.
All right.
Lots of speed.
There you go. All right, next question for King Felix. This is from Nathaniel Miller. Question. With modding, are there any stats you can get too much of? For example, I'm currently running my palp with 130% potency because it can sometimes punch debuffs through Basilisk lead. What do you think there, Felix?
Well, I've noticed that when mods 2.0 came out and they made the changes to the stats, and I will sometimes run my Basilisk team as well because I'm rotating between like 4 different teams. But starting to get debuffed a little bit more because I haven't remodded anything since mods 2.0 came out because I'm lazy. So I've been getting debuffed a little bit. I don't know if there's a stat you can have too much of. I will say that speed is something you want to be careful of because on defense, if your Traya is too fast and you're going up against a similar team, she's gonna isolate either Sith Trooper or who is it? Scion instead of Nihilist like you want. So if your Traya goes before everybody, it's gonna be worse for you. You're probably gonna lose a whole lot easier. So you want your Traya to definitely go after Scion so Scion can clear the buffs, and then Traya. And then once you clear the buffs, Nihilist is going to get his bonus health that he gets from when you attack the other Triumvirate. And then she can isolate him. So you need to make sure that your speeds are correct. But I won't say there's too much of anything, especially out with the new mods 2.0. Like once I get off my lazy butt, I'm going to remod pretty much all my tanks for defense over health and protection. Well, health and protection specifically, because they bumped up a lot of these stats. So you could have a whole different team comp if you really go into the mods and do the correct ones.
All right. Question for Warrior from Hellenix from UWOL_Crilly and the GRDS. Question. Assume you had all the bounty hunters done. How would you split those 10 tunes? Would you do it as original trilogy, prequel trilogy, or thermal detonators, non-thermal detonator, others? How would you go about it?
Exactly.
Well, moving on to the next question.
His answer was in his question. You want to do a thermal detonator team with everybody that has thermals or thermal synergy. I know under Zam everyone has thermal synergy, but I mean the thermals that are thermals, and then the non-thermal characters such as like Jango and Boba Fett together on another like high damage team, and then thermal team and the other team. I would probably actually use them both on offense, but if I was put one on defense, I'd put like a Jango lead on defense in Territory Wars, and then the thermal team I would use on offense.
All right. Next question for Lady Adasha. What else? 73 has a question. How long were you farming before you finally started getting 20 speed secondaries on mods? Oh boy, that's a good question. 900, I think 900 years is the
I only
minimum.
have a handful of plus 20s, so probably the very first one I got was probably only a few months ago, actually. I've been playing this game for 2 years, and I'm pretty sure my first plus 20 was only a few months ago. I mean, I would get like 19s, 18s, so I mean, I have a good mod pool because I farmed mods like crazy, and then you get the drops from the events. But just those 20 plus ones just would elude me. I'd have like shard mates and guild mates that were just boasting all these 20s. I'm like, what's your secret? How do I get that? So I mean, I think total I only have maybe 6 or 7 20 plus now. I mean, and now with the slicing, it's more feasible. But before that, it's such a crapshoot. I mean, it's
It really is.
you're either lucky or you're not when
Right.
it comes to that.
Oh Lord, you're not lying. Jeez. All right.
Warrior put some good videos on it, on slicing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'll watch those.
All right. Next question to you, Mike. This is from Decepticons. Question.
Uh-oh.
This is first statement's funny. Question. I'm as good as Porkins in Ship Arena. I use Chimera capital ship with big silencer and tie advanced on startup. What ships would you recommend for reinforcements? I'm just as good as Porkins.
I love that.
Pull up! I got it! Ah!
Oh,
A little ironical there.
okay, that one's open. So, has he got everything?
Well, assume he does. I don't know what he has or not, but he's in
by the line
capital with big silencer and tie advance on startup. If you had, don't know what he has, but if he has, let's say he's pretty much whatever you want, throw it in there.
I'm gonna assume to a degree that he's gonna have a Sunfac of some description that's worth, that's viable. Sunfac's a great reinforcement because he'll stun as he comes in, and he can stun a second ship as well. Plo is fantastic at keeping your fleet alive. It does cost quite a lot in reinforcement mats, but it's one of the best reinforcements, I would say, in ships. Who would I bring in? They're going to try targeting thing. They're going TIE Advance is going to get a target lock, which means that Biggs is going to be taunting. Yeah, I'd Phantom, Ghost, and Plo, pick a fourth.
All right. Let's see. Felix, next question from Jacob Gunter. Question: how do I mod Zalbar in L3 for territory war defense? Do I focus on protection, health, defense, or speed with the sets and primaries?
Okay. Let me look at their kits real quick. I haven't even geared Zalbar.
Well, he's a Wookiee.
Yeah. Can't wait to make the full Wookiee team soon. Oh my goodness.
No, do not say that.
Why? It's 4 Chewies and a Zalbar.
God, I knew you would say that, Finn. I knew you would say that. You're just what you do. Stop it.
So,
but it's true.
I know, but it doesn't mean it's an effective team. Damn it, Finn,
it's just
stop
gonna be
it.
for fun. Of course, it's not gonna be.
How do you know?
How do I know? I'm pretty. I'll bet.
So, for L3, I say you go health all the way because when she heals herself and everybody, she's gonna get. What's she? I think she gets 50% of L3's max health. So when she heals everyone, they're gonna heal for her max health. So instead of doing 50%, you'll be able to do everyone's health across the board and keep them alive. Let's see, what else we got? Not to mention that she gains on her basic, if she's prepared, she gains 10% stacking till the end of the encounter. So L3 is health all the way. And then for Zalbar, you'd be like me and leave him at 3 stars and gear 7, or you can gear him and He recovers. He's also recovering health on his basic. And I just got a whole bunch of notifications for Legendary Chewbacca. So I'm thinking health. So Zalbar, throw some defense on there too, because every time he takes damage from an attack, he will gain 20% defense for that turn. So he won't even get, if you stack him with defense, he'll just keep getting hit and hit, and it compresses the damage like crazy.
Nice.
For the record, Chewbacca can officially be talked about. It's 9 a.m. So if anybody has questions on Chewbacca or Chewbacca's kit, besides watching my video, they can ask any questions on the stream now.
There you go, guys. Exclusive opportunity
What?
to ask about the new
Warrior
character.
is giving some inside dirt on the poopy? What is happening?
Woo!
I've
do
got a
this
question
live.
for Warrior.
Warrior, is Chewie a Wookiee?
No.
For Kashyyyk?
He's a...
We go to our man Warrior, who's live on the scene on Kashyyyk with news about Chewbacca. Thank God it's not Grande we were going to, because it'd be like, guys, chickens! We found some chickens on Kashyyyk.
everywhere.
Chickens everywhere, guys, here in Kashyyyk. Well, what about the landscape and all the... No, chickens! All right, so let's...
You gotta throw jackets over him.
Oh, my God.
The only way to catch chickens. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, God. So we'll get those questions in here. All right. Well, while those are coming in, because I'm sure we're about to get bombarded by those. So let's just go around the corner here from Dark Rape, who has a question. Who is everyone farming now? My answer is everything. I am farming everything. Bastila.
I
Jolie,
finished Boss.
the Solo Tunes, Bosk, Holdo, Visas. You were saying, Felix? Everything too?
I say I finished my box.
Very nice.
Boss. He's about to get his first Gear 12 Plus piece.
Okay.
And Holdo is almost done.
Nice.
I still have to do Vandor, Chewie, Young Lando, Bastila. Not done with Nest yet, but we're gonna get 20 shards of Nest here in 2 days from the bounties, which is awesome. Is that it? Is that all I'm farming? That can't be it. I feel like a Range Trooper. I am still farming Range Trooper.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one of the
Yeah.
ones I'm farming. Farming him, Vander, Rose.
Right. I
'Cause
forgot
it's
Vader
light
Chewie.
side.
Throw
One of
his
few
monkey
light
ass in
side
there.
nodes.
Yeah.
Everything's dark side nodes.
You got to keep that Rose Tico that you do 3 a day for your dailies. Throw that in there.
Already done. I'm not farming anything on light side nodes. All of my farms are on dark side nodes now.
Mm.
Yeah. What about any Cantina ones? Like I'm farming Gar there.
I'm done. I've been done on Cantina.
Oh, nice. I wish I could. Well, though I farmed mods forever, so that's part of the reason I'm behind there.
I'm a collector. That's part of my OCD. So every time something would pop up in Cantina, I'd immediately stop farming mods and go farm them until they were done. So now I just do all my free energy on Kylo Ren's unmasked Ren, his node, because you get 2 for 1. I'm not even buying Cantina energy anymore because there's no point.
Yeah, if you don't need anything, just get some free shard currency there.
Yeah, and that's all I'm using it for. So all of my farms are dark side hard nodes.
Yeah, they keep putting everything on dark side.
Yeah, well, that's random 3. I have to do 3 battles on light side every day for no reason, just to do the daily accomplishment or whatever it is. It's annoying as hell.
All right. I'll go back to the regular questions, but I'm going to rapid fire.
Can we get to Chewie?
Yeah.
You don't do all the chewy ones, right?
Yeah. Thanks,
I'm putting them all
Warrior.
together, and I give like Ranger question numbers, so he kind of knows which question it is. I'm just calling this question WTF because there's just like 800 of them.
Yeah,
It's just like one after another.
Like, get ready, warrior.
Yeah, you did this to us, warrior. All right. So Mateus Cavalcante, and Decepticons. Well, Decepticons' question is, warrior, tell us about the Chewie, and the first question from Mateus Cavalcante is, question: what's Chewie's kit? Same thing from What Else 73. Chewie's kit. That's the first question we're getting.
All right, so see, these people are watching our channel instead of watching YouTube right now, like watching other people's content. So we got to reward them with some information. I'll be as quick as possible. He's a light side attacker. He wears 3 tags: rebels, smugglers, and scoundrels. All
Nice.
3. So super, super viable. You want to mod him with critical chance and critical damage because he's a massive damage attacker, and you want him to have speed, critical damage, protection, and protection on his, so speed arrow, critical damage triangle, and protection. I know health is important, but with him, having the hard shell, the exterior shell of protection in arena is going to be more important. If you're running him in PvE, you would swap the plus protection for an offense protection, or an offense plus. He has 20 abilities that happen within 5 abilities. So he's super complex, but I'll oversimplify it for you. His basic, every time he shoots, he's going to do physical damage and put tenacity down. I have 27% potency on him, and he applied it 100% of the time. So apparently the teams I was going against were not very tenacious, so it was a consistent shot. Number 2 is he has 2 specials and 2 uniques. His first special has a cooldown of 4, but that will never happen. He'll get to use it every turn if you want. I'll tell you why. And his second special has a cooldown of 3, but you can use it every turn if you're going against idiots who use AoE. So I'll tell you how that works. First special is called Pulverized. He does an AoE dispel, so he's like Baze, except for he's newer. He AoE dispels and hits everyone. So he hits everybody and dispels everybody. And he gives himself offense up and critical chance up. And this attack ignores armor. Or defense, sorry. It ignores defense completely. Second special is called Furious Bowcaster, and he deals physical damage to a single target and stuns that target. That may not sound like a big deal, but it can't be evaded, and other than maybe a trail lead, it's super powerful. And then if that particular person he targeted had no protection, it resets Pulverize, which had a cooldown of 4, but if he uses it on someone with no protection, he gets to use Pulverize over again instantly because the 4 cooldowns back to 0. So you want to make sure you use Furious Bowcaster against people without protection, so kind of hold off on it until you see that no protection. Then whammy, it stuns them, it's not evadable, and it resets his AoE, which is pretty awesome. He has 2 uniques. They're both Zetas, and they're both worth their Zetas. The first one grants this new thing called Guard. It's a new buff that can't be dispelled, and it's over Han Solo's head and the weakest ally. So the weakest is determined by health and protection. So I ran him with like CLS and General Kenobi and Thrawn and General Kenobi had a higher health and protection pool than CLS, so CLS got the bump and Han Solo got it. In the Guard, what it gives them is when they have the Guard, as long as he's alive, they have it. They can't be critically hit, so it gives them critical hit immunity. They're immune also to daze. They're immune from stuns, and they have a plus 25% critical chance. So when it goes on to attackers, they're doing guaranteed crits, basically. And they personally can't be crit, and they're immune to daze and stun. So they're always going to be called to assist, which is really, really cool underneath CLS. So really, really cool there. And that first unique that gives that Guard when they have Guard, anytime they use any ability, when a guarded ally uses an ability, he assists. So Han Solo shoots, he shoots. So what's cool about that is if Han Solo's shooting first and he's targeting outside of taunt or whatever because it's his first shot and he hits somebody, so will the new Chewbacca. He'll target whoever you're targeting.
Wow.
Good lord, this is crazy.
Jesus Christ.
If you use it with Nest, you can share Nest's ability because Nest Zeta, you can go around taunt. So she can target whoever the hell she wants, and he follows suit with an attack. Now, his attacks aren't overpowered. They're like 10,000, 7 to 14,000. It's not like super amazing, but because he's shooting every single time the other people take turns, it's like water wearing down a rock. It's really fun. And anytime that he assists, so he's shooting out a turn like 3 to 4 times every single round, every single time he does that, everybody that has prepared and himself gains 3% health and protection back. So he regenerates Han Solo. I watched Han Solo's protection just go back after they got hit once, and then back up.
Is this all the one ability skill?
That's all on unique.
One?
Yep, that's all on unique. And so that's that one. The second unique that was called Loyal Friend, by the way, because he protects his loyal friends. The second unique, Raging Wookiee, gives Chewie an immunity permanently from ability block or any cooldown increases. So you can't ability block him, which means he's going to constantly be reusing his abilities anytime he wants. And he is an anti-Darth Nihilus. And the reason why he's an anti-Darth Nihilus is because he has the ability to not have his cooldown increase. This is something else he does that's anti-Nihilus. Anytime he does damage, including all of those counters that he's called to assist with, he does a flat amount of damage plus a 20% bonus damage. The bonus damage is equal to 20% of their max health. And so it's a built-in expose every single time he shoots. Every single time he shoots, and he shoots all the time with the prepared guys using their abilities and his own. So he's got an instant 20%, and that's anti-Nihilus as well. He chews right through Nihilus with that ability. Also, if he takes damage ever, so they're like, well, screw Chewie, we're going to kill him. They go after him. Every time he gets hit, he gets a 25% offense and 25% critical chance until the end of his next turn. So they just enrage him. And if any of his guarded allies take damage, it instantly reduces the special on Furious Bowcaster, which is the one that reduces the special on his first special, Pulverize. So his specials can be used virtually every time. If they do an AoE and they hit him and his other two guarded allies, it instantly resets his Furious Bowcaster. And anytime his Furious Bowcaster targets somebody without protection, it instantly resets his Pulverize, which is his AoE. Again, not horrific damage, but solid damage nonetheless, and his kit makes him definitively meta. What his kit doesn't do is make him so overpowered that Traya becomes irrelevant in Arena. Traya will still be in Arena unequivocally because on defense, the team I tested, I could still beat it with Traya with relative ease after a couple of minutes. So it's not going to forever change the meta 100%, but for some people who choose to run Rebels, they'll get to run Rebels again in Arena, just like now people are running Jedi because they love Jedi. It's just providing a wider swath of variety inside of the meta.
Wow.
Jesus.
Quite a kit there.
Yeah, you may want to fracture Chewie at the beginning.
Warrior, you on the first unique, you said prepared. Did you mean guard? Or
yeah.
Prepared teams?
Yeah, the first unique guard. It's called guard. Okay. Sorry, prepared. Yeah,
I was wondering if you had prepared.
You referenced prepared at one point.
Yeah, I didn't mean to reference prepared. It's guard. It's called guard. It's a new. He gives Han Solo always gets it, and then the other weakest ally. So this is a theory crafter's dream come true, because think about all the amazing squishy characters that you could bring in that are massive attackers that you want to give additional damage and critical hit immunity days and stun proof them. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing with countering under CLS is people daze it and then it's over. Or people stun you and stun lock and it's over. You can't do that with these guarded individuals. And if they target Chewie, they just enrage him. He just becomes crazy, and then he uses his AoE and hits everybody for 25k because he's pissed. So you got to be really careful when going against him to not target him until you kill the others. Now, I will say when you hit other people on the other team, like Darth Traya, you prime her with lots of offense, with her ability, her leadership and stuff, and so she gets more and more and more offense. She cannot critically hit and still hit for 90k without a critical. Just for the record, I have it on video. She hits Han Solo.
She can one-shot anybody.
90k with her triple sabers, 90k without critting. So she's still one shot a fool, and this team does happen to prime her really bad. So it makes going against Traya dangerous because you got to really control her, or she's going to one shot any one of your characters across the way. So with that saber shot.
All right, let's get to some of these specific questions. A lot of you've answered already, but I'm trying to find, like Neil Erie. Does OG Chewie have a leadership ability? I don't know if you said that or not. I don't think you did, right, Warrior?
So it's 2 uniques, 2 specials, and a basic. So 3 abilities he'll be utilizing with 2 uniques working in the background.
And how many Zetas?
2, both on uniques.
Okay. So that answered Darth Hideous' question. He does not have a leadership ability, sorry. Will Chewie beat Traya? This is from Dexatronic, and how can they do that through their own crown jewel?
Yes, she can. He can beat Traya, and they do that because they've allowed lots of teams to beat Traya. Bounty Hunters can beat Traya now. Jedi can beat Traya now. There's other Sith teams that are not Traya that can beat that team now. Now Rebels can beat Traya. And why would they do that? Because Traya is still more defensible in Arena. So at the end of the day, she hasn't lost her place. They haven't negated your investment into Darth Traya or the Triumvirate. They're still going to be the king of the hill, just sharing that hill with more teams now.
Okay. Master Kylo, should I panic gear my bounty hunters to gear for Chewie then? From Master Kylo.
We were not allowed to play the event, so I don't know, but all I can say is in their post they made it apparent that you would need extreme modding and gearing of their character that would be extremely difficult. Anytime they've said that in the past, it's been like, what? Like, this is crazy. Gear 12 and I can't beat it kind of thing. So my guess is if you don't have Gear 12 plus on all your characters, you're probably not going to get a 7-star, or you're going to have to know your bounty hunters so amazing that you can use them and manipulate them in a way that the average player base doesn't realize or doesn't understand. Those characters might be able to get them 7 stars. But again, I haven't played the event yet. I'm looking forward to it. My guess is 5 stars is pretty relatively easy. All the previous ones were like really too easy walk in the parks up to 5 stars, so everyone gets them. But then 6-star will be a challenge. My guess is you'll probably need like a boss Zeta lead just to be able to kind of have that durability. And then 7-star, I don't know, honestly, until I play the event. I'll make a video because I'm not going to stop until I have him 7-star because he's amazing.
Warrior, we'll just have a drunk fest together. We'll sit down and we'll take turns and drink.
So in my bounty hunters, I don't have Aura Singh. I can't use her because she's not 7 stars. She's only 4. I can't use Embo because he's not 7 stars. I won't be able to use the 2 new pay-to-play characters. I do have Bosk farmed up to 7 stars, so I've got him. And I did whale on Jango, so I'll have Jango, which someone won't. So what I'll try to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to beat it without Jango, without Embo, and without Aura, just using all the originals plus Bosk, because I don't believe it's possible without Bosk. And I'm going to try to beat it and make a video on it so people can see. And if you don't have Bosk, I would say he's probably the most important just because he brings about an insane durability. But if you're one of them crazy fans of scoundrels and you know your scoundrels or bounty hunters, you know your bounty hunters better than anyone, you might be able to do it with lesser gear and characters. After seeing Chewie, we know we're going to have to fight him. After seeing him AoE everyone for 25k, I don't imagine your bounty hunters are going to handle too many of those, especially with it resetting every time and him being able to basically AoE smash and blast your entire team each turn. So, I don't know. It's going to be difficult, I am sure, but I think kind of the key for a lot of people is just focus on gearing and then get your Bosk to 7 stars if possible.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are not going to have Bosk because he's only been recently put to free to play and people are farming him and stuff like that. So, let's see here.
So, sorry, could I just ask, Warrior?
Yeah.
What's the new Chewie's base speed?
That's the one thing I actually didn't even look at. I can't even believe I didn't do that.
Why do we have you here for?
Sorry.
I can go look real quick. Let me look. I can't believe it. I always look at speed, and I played him, and I threw some crit damage mods on him, and they all have 80 or 90 secondary speed, and he was in the 200s, so he's not stupid slow or anything. Let me look.
149.
Guys,
I'm looking on the
Warrior's losing it.
website.
149?
Yeah. That's
So
what it
that's
says on
Gear
the
12
website.
plus.
He's faster than the average by about 20 speed. So there you go.
Pretty decent.
That's just Gear 12 plus, right?
All right.
The extra 12, because Ali Boba and the 40 Rebels put 137, so I'm guessing his base speed is before Gear 12 plus is 137.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's 91, 228 minus 91 is 137. So yeah, his base speed before Gear
Okay.
12 Plus is 137, which is above average. Average is 130.
That's not bad.
Not for what he can do.
Yeah.
Other questions here. Nathaniel Miller question: Warrior, did CG time the reveal to be during Jedi Academy so you could talk about it?
No, actually, they're being very. This was another thoughtful Carrie situation. They were all planning on this to come out on I think Tuesday of next week, but they wanted to do double drops this weekend to try and help people out, which I think is awesome.
Yes.
And wanted people to be able to make an informed decision. Do you want to freak farm a character you don't know the kid on? Well, no, but in the past, that's all the only choice we ever had is you have to freak farm because you think the character might be good. Well, we don't know. That's in the past. We've never known. Well, this time they released the character kit right off the bat and allow for everybody then to watch the videos, see what he's capable of, and then decide, man, I can pass, or wow, I like it, I want to farm. So people can make an informed decision on their freak farming, which they've never. This is a precedence. They've never done this in the past. I think it's a very solid move, both the double drops and the dropping these videos 4 days early. I think it's super kind of them to help the community. They've made a lot of effort, and I know that everything's not perfect. There's bugs and things like that, but I can really say their desire is to improve the game for the longevity and long term, and this is an obvious, apparent move on their part to do so. So you guys are armed with knowledge. Don't believe the hype if you see videos out there on YouTube, though, saying he's the next meta and he's going to be taking over Traya. That's not true at all. Traya will be around. I was able to walk through the team in less than 2 minutes. So he'll be totally competitive in Arena. He's just not going to be the best defensible team to leave in, but he's super fun to play and fun to bring back Rebels. And he is PvE viable, especially in Phase 3 of the Sith Raid. You can actually use him instead of Chirrut because he'll guard your other guys and then they can't be dazed or stunned. So it takes the RNG out of. And he's an attacker, so he fits in perfectly. So he is now basically the.
Plus, he's got synergy with Han. Oh my god.
Yep. He's good.
All right.
Warrior. I got a question for you, Warrior. For the unique, what is it, loyal to a fault or loyal friend or whatever it is. Loyal friend. When he's assisting, right? How does that work against a Traya lead? Because isn't he going to be constantly taking that max health damage from Treya's lead? Doesn't that end up hurting him against Traya leads?
Yes, but he also regenerates 3% health and protection every single shot too. So they've countered it with that.
Jesus.
But is that enough? Because I know it's 35% of your max health as damage, right? So I mean, it's a big chunk that you're losing. The 3% is enough to kind of keep your Chewie up.
Yeah, because do you remember how I said how to mod him?
Right.
Protection.
Yep.
Yeah.
You keep his health pool low, his protection pool high, and 35% of his max health is 10,000. But if you're regenerating 3% of 80,000 protection, then it actually counters it. So that's why I said in PvP you want don't worry about health at all. Actually keep him as low as health as possible. Have as huge I've seen a couple game changers that had him almost 100,000 protection with the 6E mods. I didn't do 6E mods. I don't think that Gear 12 Plus or 6E is fair to showcase because most people don't have either one of those. So I don't, but you could get him with those around 100,000 protection, which completely negates the loss from the Traya lead.
All right, Revenator question: Can Ranger show Warriors video on Jedi Academy? Well, we could, but I think you should just go to his channel. Watch the video, give him a thumbs up, and give him some views.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, why don't you do that for Old Warrior? Yep. Unlocking requirements for OT Chewie, you already know that. It's you have to have 5 bounty hunters, 7 stars. Any 5 bounty hunters. Ouchie Jumpy question: How would Chewie work in a team with Visas against Sith if Visa has the guard thing? Warrior?
I'm sorry, say that question again. I apologize.
How would Chewie work in a team with Visas against Sith if Visa has the guard thing?
Well, she can't be dazed or stunned, and every time she counters, he counters, except there is a limit. So once per turn. So she takes her turn, he assists. If she's countering, he doesn't assist. It's on any of their abilities that they're using. He assists one time per ability.
All right, got a couple more here, and then we'll go back to some regular questions. Helenex, question 4: will Rex be awesome for this? Is he squishy so he'll get guarded? Any data starting him gets cleansed, then Rex cleanse. So Rex with the Chewie, the new Chewie is what they're asking about.
Rex is amazing, and he's definitely going to be one of the guarded characters. But I don't know. He can't be stunned or dazed, which with Rex really isn't that big a deal because we're not worried about him being dazed. He's the lowest health, so you're thinking right in that sense, but he doesn't do a ton of damage. So he's kind of wasting the 25% critical chance capability that guard brings. Plus, it's really designed to, take two attackers that are kind of squishier and really protect them and allow for you to bring in characters you traditionally couldn't bring into Arena because they traditionally are too squishy and die. Because the Traya meta is everything's tanky, like everything. Like it takes forever. I mean, the easiest character to kill is Thrawn, right? And he's got like 100,000 health and protection nowadays. And so like it's especially with Nihilus is getting up into the 500,000 to 1 million health pool. It's just really trying to help you use some of your other roster that's not even close and make it fun again with people who like Rebels. What I can't believe is they've made a meta where you can use Empire, you can use Sith, you can use Jedi, you can use Bounty Hunters, you can use Night Sisters. In fact, I have a friend that's in the top 100 with Night Sisters still. You can use Rebels, you can use Resistance, all of that in the top 50 of any leaderboard for the most part. There are a few that would be an exception. And even if you drop heavier, you can still use what you want on offense, which is pretty amazing. It's the first time since I've played the game that there's such a variety of possibility, especially offensively.
All right. Nathaniel Miller, think he'll be replacing Pow and Chex Mix. Yes, we already said that. And we already talked about P3. I think that's all.
Pow. Chirrut's there for the cleanse, and he's an attacker, but you don't need the cleanse anymore because they can't be dazed.
Pow, okay.
Yep, get rid of Chirrut because Chirrut's really not worthwhile there.
Oh my God, less RNG.
All right, so if you want to know more about Chewie, go to Warrior's channel, Warrior Presents, and you can see that. We have other game changers that have been putting out videos on this. So I'm sure they all went live, but there you go. But make sure you check out Warrior. He's kind enough to do that for you guys. So
and T-Money. T-Money got one on there too.
Yeah, check out T-Money as well. Yep. Even though she decided that maple syrup was more important than the Jedi Academy. I'm just saying, show up at least and say hi.
Yeah, this will be pretty fun. All the different testing that'll be done with this guy.
But yeah, check out their stuff and give them support. All right. Lady Adasha, oh my God, this is a very long question from Cal Sex. So I'm going to read this very slowly so you can kind of take notes. God. I'm running double Zeta Palpatine, double Zeta Nihilus, Zeta Scion, Zeta Thrawn, Zeta Nest, and Arena. And while I go first most of the time I can't beat Traya, Nihilus, Scion, Thrawn, and Sith Trooper. I know it's been talked about on the podcast before, but can't seem to find it quickly. What's the advised kill order in opening moves? I typically open with Nest AoE, and Thrawn turn meter swap with Nihilus, then drain Force. I've tried to take out Traya first, but so often can't hit her because of Scion and Trooper's taunts. Then, after a few turns, enemy Nihilus starts annihilate, and my team falls apart. You got all that?
I think maybe.
It's just how do you beat that other team with the team he has, basically.
Yeah. So it sounds like with Sith Trooper there, that kind of gets you hung up initially. So I would possibly try you if I'm assuming you're running a really fast Nest that you could dispel his taunt. So then you could just right away go to town against Traya. I think he said his speeds were better.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had fast speeds, it sounded like, that he'd be able to move before they do, like with his Thrawn.
That is correct.
He could then fracture Traya or Theon there. Because the AoE is great with Nest, but if you're already going before them, just dispel the taunt from Sith Trooper first, and then just go to town on them. And then she's so fast, you'll get the turn again, and you can use that AoE at a key time to help hopefully finish off Traya if you haven't killed her already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's an uphill battle when you don't have Traya, of course, but it is possible. I mean, it's tough, but if you're running those speeds, you can get ahead of them first and try to take out Traya before she gets her isolate against you.
Yeah.
And then, and then you can get, once she's gone, then, you don't have to worry about the cleanses and all that stuff anymore. And you can just kill them one by one there.
Yeah, you can fracture Traya, you can isolate one of the tanks, right? And then you can just keep spamming Palpatine's, shock over and over again on them and try to keep them stunned as much as possible and just try to control the team as best you can. So yes, there you go. All right, next question. Oh, so many questions I just got. Jesus.
Most of them are Chewie stuff now, I bet.
Well, here's another Chewie question. Oh, there's more Chewie questions. Jesus. Warrior question. More Chewie questions. This is from Kashmir. Question: will Chewie be viable at 5 stars?
Yes, because protection at 5 stars is the same as protection at 7 stars, and actually it will reduce his health, which will help him against the Traya leads, and you'll be able to stack a crap ton of protection on him and give him that hard exterior shell. Plus, it's his kit that brings him, to the table, and like I said, they built in things to discourage people from hitting him, because if they do, they prime him, and then he hits way harder, so they'll kind of screw themselves if they do.
All right, next question, another Chewie question. Sith Forever 9 question. I've invested in my bounty hunters to gear 12, including Bosk. If I would need gear 12 plus to get Chewie 7 stars, how fair do you feel this is to the free-to-play players who worked hard to gear their bounty hunters?
Well, we don't want to get the cart before the horse. I'm speculating on the need for the durability with the characters. I haven't played the event yet, so I could be totally wrong, and it could be like Thrawn, and you only need gear 9. I'm just guessing that's not the case, because the vast majority of players who played for 1.5, 2, 3 years have had a bounty hunter team have already built, because they're scoundrels and they've been using them in your credit heist and droid bots. So a lot of, like, 3 or 4 of the characters are, for a lot of people, already up to gear 10-ish, and so there's very few characters that have to be developed, and so because of that, I think they're going to kind of raise the gear cap. Plus, we live in an era where they're giving away more rewards than they've ever given away in the past. And so, 2 years ago, it would have been unfair to ask someone to have a team that was over gear 9. But now that's not the case, because if you're gearing a team, you can do it relatively faster than you could 2 years ago. So asking for gear 11 isn't unreasonable in comparison to, a year and a half ago, gear 9 type thing. So I'm just thinking of the natural ramping that could happen, but I'm just guessing. Let's not get the cart before the horse. Play the event first and see how it works.
All right. Another Chewie question. Warrior Nathaniel Morgan question. Do you think crit avoidance arrows, more so than speed, will be more important for trade teams to mitigate rebel DPS now?
We possibly. I mean, if you find yourself on offense losing things because of the crits on the countering squads from like CLS leads, you may want to swap your speed for crit avoidance to combine it with her leads, so that way you can basically guarantee you're only getting hit for base damage. That's not a bad idea, but I guess I would only worry about it if you found yourself, losing on offense, which I don't see happening.
Yeah. All right, regular question. We'll go to Mike for this one, and this is from Moss Mike. Question, Mike. With Xanadu Blood and the Houndstooth release, are Geos still worth gearing for Ship Arena?
Ooh, good question. I've dropped them completely. So I would... I went a bit mad, hoping that Gar Saxon would be a viable squad. It hasn't quite panned out that way, but I did gear him quite high, as well as Super Pooper. So I run Gauntlet. So I've got a 6-star Houndstooth now. Originally it was 5-star. Houndstooth, Gauntlet, and Imperial TIE Fighter under a Tarkin lead, and then Xanadu's Blood or TIE Advanced coming in as the first reinforcement, depending what I'm going against. If I'm going against the full Geos, then it'll be Xanadu's Blood. If I'm going against the Geo Houndstooth, which means that Sunfac's coming in, and Sunfac is going to stun my Houndstooth, I'll bring in TIE Advanced first of all. So I've covered 2 of the reinforcements there, which was Xanadu Blood and TIE Advanced. And then I've got, what's his name? I've just gone completely blank on...
That's what happens when you drink a lot of hot tea.
It is Cassian. That's it. I got Cassian, and because I've farmed Lando's Millennium Falcon, I've got that as my 4th, just for the giggles, that if it ever gets called out after all the other 3. But yeah, I mean, you can mix and match if you want. Very rarely do I need to call in either my 3rd or 4th reinforcement. And that just works a treat. It's such a fun squad to run. Such a fun squad. And as I say, 0 Geonosians. So, yeah, if you've got the bits to put it in and run it, then you don't have to go all in on the Geos. Although the caveat there is that Geos are superb. They'll be great for your territory wars. And they're also good for some of the challenges as well. So I wouldn't not do them, but you don't have to maybe make them the priority that you thought you did.
All right. Next question for you, Felix. This is from Goosey Lucy Caboosey. Hey, Goosey. Question.
I think Felix left.
Did he?
No, I'm back.
He's back. My bad.
I dropped
Mike, you son of a...
I'm back.
Sorry.
Felix, so, question from Goosey. Everyone on my guild server says Night Sisters got reduced in effective output. Question mark?
I have not heard anything about that.
Not either. They haven't yet, right? They haven't done any nerfing or anything to, like, removing the Zeta from...
Not that I've seen or that I've noticed. And I would assume that would be some real outrage.
Stealth nerf.
So my guess is probably just some bad luck on your guild's part.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything about that.
I mean, I put my Night Sisters on auto and don't even look or even try on phase 4, million damage. Not even trying. So I don't think so.
Yeah, they haven't messed with them. I just did a raid, did just fine with them.
Sure. All right.
Depends where she's talking about too, right? In terms of effectiveness, because I mean, they're not as effective in territory wars, for example, because there seems to be a lot more counters to Night Sisters. So I don't know where she's also saying specifically where they got reduced effective output. I don't think people put them on defense very much anymore. They're too easily beat.
Yeah, because I mean, if you have troopers, there's no problem, and troopers are like earmarked for that one team to just go kill a Night Sister. So I'm not sure what.
Yeah. Science.
I think you're good, Goosey.
You're just fine, Goosey. Back to top warrior is Israel Felix gaming question. And it's for you, warrior. Team ideas. This is a good new Chewie. Jango Fett lead, Ness, OG Chewie, OG Han, and Bosk. What are your thoughts on that team?
Yep.
That is all.
That's called winning.
You are correct.
It's always weird when somebody calls out like a future video you're working on, on a stream. about a week before the video comes out. So, but anyway, yes, that would be a good team.
All right. Next
Way to
question.
ruin the surprise.
Stay tuned.
Soon to you. Captain Obvious has a question. This kind of goes to everybody. Let's get everybody's input on this one. So, does the Chewie reveal answers about the Leia login riddle? Does this...
Oh, original. Maybe that's just the connection, the original people,
Well, yeah, but does this...
I was kind of hoping for a bounty hunter Leia or something cool, but...
the Bosch character?
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for a territory battle map. I think this probably is the answer, but I'm still hoping for.
Well, do you think that because they're putting OG Chewie in now, that we're going to get closer and closer to Return of the Jedi Luke?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know it's been it's always speculative. Jedi Luke's around the corner. We've been saying that for a while. But I legitimately feel this is the closest we've ever been now, with the original cast and the possible... There's so many theory crafts of what will be needed for him.
We've been saying Jedi Luke for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years later, no Jedi Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we have all the characters kind of lined up for it, right?
Yeah, now...
that's my thinking on this.
Yes, but how long did we have all the characters lined up for CLS?
Yeah, and then they realized that it was time for him to bring in.
Yeah, well, they're going to realize that next year. Be like, oh, yeah, we totally forgot to put in Jedi Luke. Let's put him in now. 2019.
Yeah, I keep saying, I'm not going to see him until 2020 at this rate. But, I mean, I honestly feel like we are getting close to it. But I know they're going to hold out on that because that's going to be a huge, huge event when that happens.
Yes.
Well, we still have KOTOR event sometime.
Yep, that too. Yeah.
Now, I would love, I know Ranger's been saying Geonosis, but if they did a Malachor 5 territory battle, that would be awesome. I don't see that
one, but it's a possibility. But I still think it's Geonosis. I think it's going to tie in with what Battlefront's doing. And I think they're going to be doing these characters with releases of the games around Geonosis.
Midra Padme.
Midra Padme.
She's
gonna smack the chain.
I mean, it makes sense. You break her out after phase 3 battle and get her out of there and get charged for her. So it makes sense.
Just for reference, Nathaniel Miller has now created a separation in time in SWGOH. To what King Felix said, he said that was BC SWGOH before Carrie.
Oh,
oh gosh.
BC and what would be? So BC is before Carrie. What would we say after Carrie?
Well, what significant event happened in the game when she took over?
I don't know. I don't know her specific timeline.
You have to see what that would be.
Yeah. Then we could say. Before the Battle of Yavin, after the Battle of Yavin.
Before territory battles.
Yeah. All right, so now we got some fun questions, and then we'll wrap it up. Dark Rape question, who's everyone farming now? Dark Rape, just go back and listen. We already said that. So we went in depth about that one already, my friend.
We're farming characters.
Yeah.
Farming characters.
There's a ton of them. Helenix says, question for Ranger. With all the new tunes we have to farm, extra jobs for bounty hunters, and the limited resources at our disposal for the majority of us, can we all just blame at Finn? I think we can, yeah. We can blame Finn for everything. So,
when in doubt.
Yeah, blame Finn. It's
not just a saying, it's a way of life.
It's fact, it's science. You cannot argue with that. Let's see here. Ouchie Dumping, question. Is T-Money still asleep? At this point, I think she is. She went back to bed.
She's probably playing with her test account here.
Yeah. It's nonsense.
I know, right? T-Money. But she did come on and did Pirate Day with us, so I can't be angry with her. Helenix, question. At Finn, do you and Ranger J 1999 make an effective team? LOL. Well, yeah, as I said before, he is my heterosexual life partner, so
We make a team. Let's just leave it at that.
Finn. That was very
Yes.
that was very hurtful. I
didn't say we weren't.
You said we're a team. We make a team. You didn't say we make an effective team.
Did I lie?
Well,
Are we not a team?
I blame Finn for that mean and hurtful insight.
I didn't say we weren't.
No, that's fine, Finn. I see where you stand. Had you over to the
I'm
house.
sitting, actually.
Home cooked meal, everything. We played Magic. I thought we shared something, Finn. I can see where we stand. That's fine. What else? Any three question. Do you think my college will start giving credits for all the math I have to do playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Well, being a college student myself, I could see your question and stuff. So
The answer is yes.
Yeah, should be right.
You can get credit for it by writing, depending on what level you are. It wouldn't be the first time I've written a paper or something on a video game. You could easily write a paper on the math that you had to do for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Actually, I wrote a paper about Galaxy Heroes recently for my marketing class. They said pick something you use and how it's marketed and stuff, and I picked Galaxy Heroes and got 100%. Got a little bit of a subject matter expert, and then I even got questions on where can I see your channel and I've never heard of this game. Like, that's right. I'm informative and entertaining, and even in my
make sure to subscribe to our channel.
That's right. I'm always pimping. You know that I'm a prostitute when it comes to pimping and stuff. All right, last question. What else? 73. Can we have a special Ranger getting OT Chewie fee, even if it's for charity, since it'll be great entertainment for us? Yes, we will do that. No drinking because I'm on a strict diet because I'm in training now for the.
I'll drink for you.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. The thing on Miller says, Carrie said her first thing was ships. I don't know specifically for ships what that means.
Hopefully she came in and said it was a bad idea and no one listened.
So it was BC and then AS after ships. So for our times.
Yeah, we will do a live special event for the Chewie. Don't worry. Much laughter and insanity will ensue. So, but yeah, so that's all our questions. Buttload of questions. A little cray-cray at the moment. This is where we let everybody pimp our stuff. Obviously, we're going to go to Warrior first, so he can get ready for work. And Warrior, let those folks know where they can find you and where they can find that new Chewbacca reveal on your channel.
So, very cool. Warrior Presents on YouTube and at Warrior Present on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, but not really. And then I'm on the Facebook page, and I've been doing Reddit for about 3 months now, trying to give it a second chance. So if you're one of those Reddit trolls, I love you. And today you can check my video out in the game. So when it pops up, just click on it and watch it.
There you go. All right. Next, we'll go to Lady Adastra.
Yep. My YouTube channel is Jedi Master Adastra, and it's as it sounds. I make videos about Jedi, running them in the various gameplays, mainly arena. I love trying out different comps to take on the meta with them. I've killed Traya in so many different ways now. And then I have a few Sith raid vids. I'm actually working on some right now as we speak, using Jedi and other stuff. And just having fun playing the game.
There you go. Mike, now you're part of the RSG crew and you hang out with us all the time. We can't get rid of you. Or Sorry Daughter. Or Dancing Daughter. Or pretty much the entire family. But you do have your own channel, so if you want to pimp that, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm like a bad penny, aren't I? I've clicked on the wrong thing. I've got a YouTube channel. It's Mike Hunt, SWGOH. I'm going to be chucking out loads of content. Don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I'm a fan of Zam, and I've been using her in lots of ways, and some of them I've recorded for my YouTube channel. So I've got loads of those coming out, and the Jango thing, bits and bobs. 7-starred my Traya geared her up. Going to be trying her out, and I also want. I haven't been recording them yet, but I'm trying to get a solo hat run, and I'm getting excited about all these new variations that are springing up. So I'm going to be giving those a shout, and of course next week, Chewie. Or is it next week? I'm stoked about that
King
one.
Felix, anything you want to shout out, my friend? A new member of the Mighty Chlorians?
Yes, that is correct. I have recently joined forces with Ranger and the other Mighty Chlorians to take down the rebel scum and whatnot.
That's right.
But the thing I want to say is hit the like button, because there's like 200 people watching this thing, very few likes. Let's go. It's really simple. Unless you're driving. If you're driving and listening,
don't do that. Yeah, please.
No, they just pull over, hit the like, and then continue.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, it doesn't.
there you go.
It's because we haven't said it in a pirate voice yet.
Let's not. We got team money for that. We'll do that. No. All right, Finn, my voice is going out. So if you could tell folks, first of all, let's talk about this thing that we're doing, Finn, for this half marathon that I'm getting ready to go run some more for and train for and stuff, and about our channel and stuff.
Sure. So if you guys weren't aware, in June of this past year, we did a charity fundraiser, and it was for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and we ended up with all of your help raising over $10,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And part of what we want to do with RSG is not only kind of bring together a gaming community, but also help with the community at large. And so we're planning our event for 2019. And we are targeting April 2019, where we'll be running a half marathon at Disney in Orlando in order to raise money for a charity. Now, we do have the charity for next year decided. Tune in on Wednesday night stream, and we will be officially announcing what the charity is. But being that the event is in Orlando, we do need some help. And so we have a GoFundMe set up, and it's on some of the other videos. It's not on this particular one, as this one is kind of focused on the entire panel here. Mm-hmm. So you'll see all that information. But if you go to one of our other videos, you'll see a link to the GoFundMe, and it's actually just gofundme.com/rsg-charity-run. And we're just trying to raise money in order to get our travel all the way to Orlando. And there's obviously we have a RSG crew that's all over the country. So we have one in Minnesota, New Mexico, California, Texas, then of course North Carolina, Atlanta, and Florida. Mine is pretty easy actually. So we need some help obviously with kind of getting to Orlando. And we have really, really big aspirations for raising money for this charity. And we're going to go into a lot more detail in the upcoming months here. But if you're able to support us, then you can head on to the GoFundMe and donate. And what I've offered so far, and I'll tell you that there are going to be some more kind of fun offers and stuff that we'll be providing for you for helping us with the GoFundMe. If you donate $25, I will set up a timer and I will help you remod 5 of your characters. And I've already done so for 2 people, and I'm scheduling for 3 other people that want help with remodding their characters. So all you have to do is donate and help us get to Orlando. It is all for a good cause, and then we'll be announcing the charity on Wednesday. That being said, this is the Reality Skewed Gamers channel, and we stream on Wednesday nights. That's our main Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream that we do at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go through the news and notes from the past week. Then we also have, of course, Jedi Academy, which you're listening to, which is a pure question and answer stream where the RSG guys, as well as some great panelists that you've just been listening to, all come here and answer your questions for about 2 hours, and we appreciate all of your time. So please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button and let us know that you like this video, and it gives us an idea about what you like and don't like and that kind of stuff. We're also starting to go into some other games. So on Thursday, there was a Magic the Gathering stream. We're going to be trying to do more of that. It was just a pack opening on Thursday. We'll probably have some more moving forward. On Tuesday nights, we have the PC Gaming Night. So Tuesday night PC Gaming, where me and a few friends from the RSG community are playing games, different kinds. And we have a new game scheduled for this week, which is Diablo 3, since the new season is starting. So you guys can join us for that. And make sure that you hit the subscribe and the bell so you can see whenever we do other streams as well. Ranger was streaming Battlefront 2 last night. He may do some more,
I'm gonna do some more tonight.
Soon. Yep, so there you go. So, yeah, I think that covers everything for us.
Yep. So hit those, and guys, we say it a million times, but not just for our channel, but go check out these other guys' channels. You know, T Money as well. Remon's not here, so check out Remon's channel. Check out T Money's channel and what they're doing. You know, these folks, they take, you know, for the Jedi Academy, they take time out of their busy schedule. I mean, for God's sake, Warrior's on his way to work, and he makes the time to be here to answer your questions and do amazing reveals like he just did with the Chewbacca stuff. And you know, the best way to show your thanks and support not just our channel but their channel is liking their videos, leaving comments, constructive comments. Don't be ass clowns. And supporting them in all their endeavors, right? You know, those are the kind of things that help them and us keep putting out this great content. So please support us. It's up to you if you want to or not, but we really appreciate it. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the game. There's a lot going on with all our channels. So just subscribe, you know, hit that little bell note for those notifications you want for the channels that you like and stuff. But that's my 2 cents. So on behalf of myself and the Jedi Academy, thank you very much for being here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Remember, we have our D&D campaign tomorrow, which will be running at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll do some Battlefront tonight after I recover from my long run that I'm about to go do. So that being said, everyone have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later.